Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Jason back at you again with another video, and I'm doing this a little bit impromptu, but the truth is that I know now that when something comes to my mind, I gotta capture it. Passion that you have for a video that you want to shoot or something that you want to capture, writing it down takes so much time because you don't know when you're going to be able to get to an opportunity to record with the camera, the DSLR that you have, or even with your phone. Part of the reason I'm saying this is that a lot of people have asked me questions about what camera should I get? What software do you use? I'm just going to be straight up with you. Use your cell phone. Now, the reason that I say use your cell phone is because these cell phones cost like $1,000 nowadays. If you're going to spend $700 to $1,800 on the camera, mic, all of this equipment, and you don't have the software to edit, then you got a problem. So to make a lot more sense about this, I'm going to tell a little story about how I developed. The first thing that I really had was a laptop, and it gave me a big opportunity because I was able to load software onto it. Then I started to go out with other people and use their equipment to begin to shoot. So when I started shooting, then I started making some money. Then I was able to buy this camera here. It's a Canon T3i, and this happened back in like 2011, 2012. It was a $700 camera, and the first thing I did was just learn how to use it. And I started watching YouTube videos, talking to other photographers and videographers in order to learn how to use this. And the important thing that I will say is that it takes time. If I was to do it all over again, if I had no equipment, I would take this cell phone, this iPhone right here, and I would use exactly that to do everything from shooting to editing. And I say that because, I mean, the cell phone that I had then was probably like an iPhone 4 at the best, but it had iMovie on it. I could edit everything on it with video, and that's where I started. So to be completely honest, it took me a while, and I was shooting 5-minute videos and shooting things for my podcast. It was working out pretty well because I had learned how to use the editing software like Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and things like that, and even Photoshop. Really, when you get started, it's not necessarily about the equipment. If I can tell you anything, it's not about the equipment. Find out what you really want to capture. Even if you get inspired by anybody, take out your phone and snap the same shot and see what you can do with it. And I'm not saying that you're going to copy what somebody else is doing, but you already are unique in yourself, and the position that you're in, the location, it's going to be different. So whatever type of inspiration that you get from any type of photo or image that you're seeing or anything that comes to your mind, capture it. Take whatever you have and capture it. Don't wait, because you got to catch lightning in a bottle, and that's exactly how you really get inspired when you start developing your own content. Nobody looks at an opportunity and says, man, I wish I had a DSLR. It just doesn't work like that. If you want that image captured, if you want that video shot, just take it. If you got to capture it, capture it. No matter how it works, you're going to take more images with your cell phone, in the beginning especially, before you even start breaking out a camera. The camera that I'm using now is a Canon 70D, and it's got good autofocus. I got a mic attached to it, and it's sitting on a nice tripod. I'm going to be honest with you. You can put a camera on books. You can use the microphone from any camera. You can use your earpods. You can use connecting microphones in any way, shape, or form to get what you need to capture quality images. Right now, I'm actually using a lamp for light. Now, it's not the greatest light, and I'm just in a unique situation, but I bought a set of lights. It cost me about $150. They were a little bit cheesy, but they've gotten old. They served their purpose. Now it's time for me to move on to bigger and better lights. Yes, the camera is key, and it's going to give you some good flexibility, but again, I can't stress enough, you can shoot so much with these devices. It doesn't matter what phone you have. You have the editing software that you can get on it. There's so many free apps, so many different tweaks and turns that you can use. Make it unique to yourself. Just capture one image, 2 images, 3 images, and then start toying around with it. Take your time, play with it, learn what the settings do and what they don't do, and watch YouTube. See what other people are doing. But if you think that you're going to try to get a camera and learn how to use it in a short period of time, use your cell phone. That's the number one thing that I would tell everybody to do, because it's not about the gear. It's about the story that you want to tell with the images and the videos that you want to capture. The story is the most important part. Man, I've got gear up to Zuwa. And I'm saying that because over time, yeah, you probably do want to produce some more quality videos. By the time you get the quality gear that you're looking at, the story that you wanted to take today is going to be gone tomorrow. An example is that I just binge recorded a bunch of videos for my YouTube channel just on some things and thoughts that really were just coming to mind. I got to one video and the passion for what had happened in that video was gone. That was months ago. And so, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use that material. I should have just took out my cell phone while I was in the car and just started recording it. And sometimes it doesn't even matter. It could just be audio if you record that. That could be worth a podcast. And this goes for people that record audio as well. So if you got a story that you want to tell, cut on your phone and just start recording. If you're that passionate about it, the story is going to tell itself. You can go back and start shooting B-roll. You can come back and reshoot it if you like. The passion that you have for it and the feeling that you had as you record it, it's not duplicatable. And that's why it's important to just go ahead and just start recording and capturing whatever you can. In this day and age, so many people are putting out so much material, and what's happening is that their material is already adding up. As they increase, they're recording so much material, and we're only seeing so much of it. When you get a cell phone, they are graduating to where they're requiring us to get bigger phones. I wouldn't hesitate to do that as well if you're going to plan to upgrade your phone. The phone that I got now, it holds a little bit more than I usually would have, mainly because I'm capturing more on my phone. You know, I've got big cards, I've got small cards from my DSLR. You know, once I dump those cards, I just load them to my computer, get a backup drive, and then I erase it and just start all over. But by the time you record something on your cell phone, just put it on the cloud, put it on the hard drive, and do the exact same thing. Nobody's really paying attention to the quality of the images in the video that you have anyway. That's the real truth. They want to hear your story. Now, I will say it's good to have quality audio. Audio is a real premium. That's why podcasts are doing so well, because you can listen to it at any time. The truth is that when people watch videos on YouTube, there's only a percentage of time that they're actually keeping their eyes on the screen. So think about that as well. Make sure you have quality audio on everything you record. That's why music videos are so popular, because people want to hear it just as much as they want to see it. And sometimes they're just listening to the music. So quality audio is at a premium. You know, I've got stuff like headphones, different tripods. I'm shooting things for churches. I'm shooting things for car companies. A lot of people don't know what type of camera you used. Don't get camera eye, meaning that don't be so focused on the equipment that you pay so much attention to what type of lens they used, or whether or not it was a full frame camera, what focal length they actually had the camera at. Once you start getting into stuff like that, you confuse yourself. It's not time for that. At all times, it's time to capture. If you're on YouTube or you're making videos for other places, nobody's paying attention to all of that. Right now, I'm using a Sigma 18 to 35. The people who don't know anything about photography or video don't even know what that is. Like I said, with the camera that I'm using, people don't know what it is. The mic that I'm using, they don't know what it is. They want the quality of the story. And that's why I'm sending this out, because quite a few people have asked me, what type of camera should I get? How do I learn how to use it? What settings should I use? I did the same thing. When I first got my camera, I was texting my buddies. It's a nice sunny day out. What settings should I use? And now I know how crazy I sound when I was asking questions like that. I think it's important that people just begin to use your cell phones. When you start capturing images, people will begin to look at your stuff and say, wow, you're doing some quality work here. You'd be surprised how many clothing companies are just laying clothes on the floor and taking pictures with their cell phone with quality light. It's not rocket science. Get the creativity out, and now we're rolling to more creativity. Worry about spending money on equipment a heck of a lot later. And to be honest with you, you may get to the point where you just got a cell phone. You may even buy a mic for it and a small tripod just so you can prop that boy up. People are shooting full-length feature films on cell phones. Let that set in. If they're doing that on cell phones with mics and tripods, think about it. $1,000 cell phone is doing all of this, and you want to probably go short yourself by giving yourself an extra step because you got to go get a number of cards that you use in order to transfer footage to a computer and then load it to a software. These are things that become a headache. And that's why I say, just capture it right here, edit it right here, and send it right out to Instagram, YouTube, or whatever platform you want to get it on. I encourage everybody to just shoot and capture stories the way that you want them to be captured. And don't worry about the equipment. It doesn't make you who you are. The equipment is just really something to talk about, to be honest with you. Because I've shot plenty of weddings and people ask, hey, what you shooting with? And I'm thinking to myself like, well, you just looking for small talk. Let me give you an example here. So this is these two photographs, this one and this one, I took with my T3i. This image here, which is a favorite of mine, I captured that with a iPhone 7. My point here, just use your cell phone. Now again, that image took very little editing, and you can see it turned into a piece of artwork. And the reason that I'm saying that is because, hey, just keep it simple. You're paying on your cell phone. Most people are. So just capture what you can with your cell phone. Begin to put out the creativity. And stop giving these camera companies all your money when you may not even know what to do when you get it. You're probably going to need to get the software for your computer in order to take the card and put it onto some type of software to edit it. That includes images and video. I feel like the people that are passionate about capturing things needed some insight. That's your starting point. Just use your cell phone. All right, this is Jason Smith. Take care. God bless. Peace.